For you guys who are here for the Woonsocket Guys Night RPG Club, I had forgotten to say that we are having a member who is going to be in and out of effectiveness, as well as we have a new member, Max, who is starting himself as an investigator. He is going to be joining us from now on. Hopefully, it all goes well and he enjoys it. Just, I don't know if I had introduced him into the roster. And our one guy, Kevin, who will be in and out, may be with us, may not be with us, but you will be hearing in the next couple of episodes that we do have a new member, and we will see what happens. Enjoy.
So, due to a recording malfunction or other stuff like that, I was going to record the ending of the last game. There was a conundrum up in Alaska that these guys had dealt with. On their way back, they had met up, or they were kind of forced to stop at a old school restaurant, diner. We have to remember this is 1920s.
Mm-hmm.
It's old school Silver Line diner. In that, a horrible torrential rain starts happening. Light starts going into the sky. Someone starts screaming about that the light will kill you. We had an incident with an old man who died. We have an incident with an old woman who is probably dead. We had them go up to the mansion after finding Susan, because they had found Susan, who had ran down the hill, and they had found out that Susan came from the fancy side of town, or the only one fancy mansion, because the grandfather is a scientist, and ends up going ahead and summoning something, which was a what, John? Remember?
I don't know if we ever figured out what it was. It seemed like almost like a UFO, but I don't think it was.
I'm just saying. I'm just trying to remember how well you rolled to see if you remembered what it was. But it was starting to torment you guys, and you had found out in the journal of the history of the mansion that this has been going on. That they had helped someone in the past from outer space, quote unquote. They had been given something in this box, and if they say one phrase, it will come out and help them, but help them by destroying, culling, cutting off loose ends, and other stuff like that. It needs to at least absorb someone. And it absorbs someone before it goes back in. So if you know exactly who you want to, you can summon it, it can kill the person, and then go back into its home.
Okay.
Well, the grandfather was beaten, summoned the thing, and didn't have the wherewithal to be able to summon it back. And by doing that, had said to John's character that he is sorry, he didn't mean it, he did not know it was going to be that horrible. He just wanted to stop, and he wanted to protect Susan. You have to put it back, and then kind of pass back out. After passing back out, the guys came downstairs and said, hey, they found one of the intruders that had come in, and we let him go. The grandfather is degrading, slowly dying, having a problem, and they had realized that they needed the box, they needed a sacrifice, and they needed a person, or they needed this thing. The two of them, Kevin and Kevin's character, had gone outside, retrieved the box from these robot-looking things that were sinking into the mud because they were super heavy and they were out in the mud. They were able to retrieve the box, bring it back inside. In eventuality, now since they had the box, they knew they needed to read a passage. John's character, knowing that someone needed to be sacrificed, he handed Susan a piece of paper. With the whole group working together, they were able to explain to Susan, read this passage, and the thing will go away and everything will be fine. I gave John 2 pieces of paper, and he knew which one was which.
Did I?
Yes.
Okay.
And one was Ish Vasisavas, which was I am the sacrifice, and the other one was Voshist, which was they are the sacrificed. Please go back. After looking at both the papers, no one else in the group knew what was happening. He handed me the one. Susan reads it aloud, screams out into the night. This thing comes into the mansion, ripping off the roof. She screams it again, defiling it. And seeing that it starts wobbling and crushing into itself, she starts freaking out, with condolences of John saying, "No, this is the best thing to do. Just do it. It'll go away. Everything will be fine." She screams it one more time, and this thing lights up, grabs her, grabs the grandfather who summoned him, shredded them both, and then was trapped back into the box. Everyone had suffered massive sanity damage. They all realized what had happened. John realized that he had sacrificed the girl, which even though that they had the grandfather who was dying, they had a sacrifice upstairs that they let go. Or one of them said, "No, even though the grandfather is dying, I'm going to sacrifice myself."
Yep.
We had the little girl who had no idea what was happening, get eviscerated, blown apart, and there was an eyeball sitting on John's character. John's character rolled horribly, and realizing what horribleness he had done, broke his sanity and needed to get out of there. Kevin's character had broken, seeing this happening, because he was going to be the sacrifice that was going to help everyone out.
Mm-hmm.
And even though that he was going to sacrifice himself, Susan got killed. So he got horrified, and now he had been tortured and torturing himself, and now hates symmetry. He actually has a delusion that if something is symmetrical, like the spaceship robot thing, it was kind of like a transformer that popped out. It had to walk on two legs at first, and then once it started picking up people like batteries, it was able to fly more. It had 6 canisters on the outside, so it can hold as many as 6 people. And once it has all 6, it would be ultra powerful. And that's kind of what you figured out. It had taken 2 people. It had taken a third as the grandfather. Susan was the sacrifice to go back because it didn't want to go back. And the symmetricalism of the 3 lights spinning, going around, crushing, going away, and just seeing a little girl just go like Splattercat, tortured him to the point that now he is afraid of symmetry.
Okay.
Kevin's character did not care. It was like, this is another Tuesday. Only losing 4 sanity, passing all of his sanity rolls the entire time, and being completely fine. So he went back to work. After talking to people, he got all of his sanity back after a long stint in the hospital. John's character is now being on call, is being watched. He has missed too many days of work, and he's been in the hospital that he's working at, because it's a psychiatric hospital. Because it is, what is the name of it? Trying to remember if you remember the name.
Well, the one that I used to work at was St. Barnabas.
Yeah, and then you got pulled up here because you wanted to deal with all the Cthulhu stuff, and things have been weird, and that you are now at antique dealer, socializing, archaeologist, chess, the scientist. I really should know this, and I wrote it down. Why don't I remember it? It is in Arkham. It is the... Miskatonic University.
Oh, yeah, Miskatonic, yep.
Miskatonic. It depends on how you say it. It is the Miskatonic University, and it is an insane asylum that they are actively trying to figure out why so many people are going crazy in Arkham. Bad things are happening. horrible things are happening to people. People are losing their lives. People are losing their sanity. People are just going crazy.
Okay.
But it's a normal Tuesday for them. So they saw that something had happened to him, something that he was either dealing with or helping another person with. Because he got pulled in because the original morgue attendant, who was their friends, who they knew was having a problem, and they were trying to keep control of him, and he said that he will need their help. Calls them all up one day, calls them all
So is
to...
that
yeah.
morgue attendant Lawrence Warwick? Because that's the only name that's on my character sheet, and I didn't know
No.
how real that was.
No.
I just okay.
Your character sheet is all dependent on a whole bunch of different things.
Okay.
The original character, or the original doctor, that started all this off, the autopsy, over a light investigation of the room with how to strange body, footprints, Warwick.
Lawrence Warwick.
Right, so Lawrence Warwick. So,
Yeah.
okay.
He's on my character sheet.
So Lawrence Warwick was the morgue attendant. So yes, you were
Okay.
right. So that is your connection into this. So Lawrence Warwick was the morgue attendant. He called over saying that that he has found a mummy, which is a brand new mummy, and it should not be there. He started trying to destroy the mummy, but it ended up being a cultist who sacrificed himself, and if he survived, even in pieces, throughout the month, and he lasted the whole month, and no one stopped him, he was going to bring an old one over. These guys stumbled into it, and what was the head doing, John?
It was making a phone. It was making a phone call.
Yes. And the phone call was to the police saying, help me, they're doing something, destroying a body, stop them from burning their evidence.
Yep.
Enabling them to contact and do everything that they needed to do, but they found the head in one place, they found the torso in another place, they almost died from a leg, or from both the legs, because the legs used the hip bone as a spear and hit one of them in the throat and almost killed him.
Jeez.
Because he hit max. He rolled a 2, and the other person rolled 100 on dodge, which meant that it was the worst possible dodge, which meant that you flung yourself into the weapon.
Yeah.
At the same time as the person did a perfect crit, did max damage, almost destroying it. This is stuff that you would know through Warwick, because Warwick almost died, and now is permanently insane because he saw a body dismembered that he cut apart, and then all the body parts started hopping away in his morgue.
Okay.
He was the first connection. These guys started getting psychic damage, or the brain damage, because they were seeing things that are wrong. Because you have to remember, you guys are just normal people. You are not superheroes. You're not anything else. You're just random Joes. One is a soldier. One is a medicine doctor. One is a criminal.
Okay.
Who may or may not have seen a bunch of dead people. So he's a little bit more okay with it. But at the same time, you're just normal Joe Schmoes. No special powers. And a head floating, talking. And as it went, it was pumping blood. A torso rolling around, trying to kill someone. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a problem.
So now Lawrence Warwick is in the hospital. He is fully insane, cannot come out. These guys took a couple of stents in the hospital, and you probably would have known that being connected to the hospital itself,
Yeah.
to the Miskatonic University, because everyone has rumors. And what I would like you to do is I would like you to roll your not charm, disguise, credit rating. I want you to see if you can pass your credit rating. If you could pass your credit rating right now, that means that you have heard all of the rumors and everything that's going on. If you can crit it, you have learned even more into their backstories before you even get to the house.
Fair enough. All right, let's see. My credit rating is just a measly 20. 25.
You can spend 5 right now of luck, go down to 50, and you would have known the person who you're going to go see. You would know what's been going on with these guys, and you've been hearing stories of what had happened, because part of the morgue itself was actually destroyed. The back door that the attendants who would normally come down had actually been ripped off.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I will spend those 5 luck.
All right. So then,
That
what
seems
you
like a
know,
worthy
walking
investment.
into this situation on our recap, and I'm going to post this as a different thing on our recap, you know, out of all of that, you don't really know about Alaska. That's why I'm keeping that there. No one knows about Alaska, but you have heard something went down at a diner, almost right outside it, like on the way up, in the middle of farm country, because Massachusetts was part of farm country back in the day, and they flew from Alaska, so they landed probably between New York and Mass, and then drove back. While driving back, they stopped here. One of them went insane, and they needed time in the asylum to get back to normal. 2 out of 3 of them did. So you don't really know the connection for the last one, but you know that there was someone who had dropped them off. So you know someone had dropped them off. So there is a third player. That there is someone who might be in the underworld because, you know, the car got upgraded, they haven't really gotten down. Someone had talked to the hospital for them. He hasn't been fired, even though that, or John hasn't been fired, even though that he has been in the hospital in the sane asylum for what, like
Several months.
yes,
Well,
almost 15 to 20 weeks
yeah,
of this fiscal year.
yeah.
So he's been in the asylum as much as he's been working the asylum. So not
Okay.
only has he been sitting down next to Betty, having mashed potatoes with her, he has also been handing Betty the mashed potatoes as well as giving her her meds.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
you know this through your connections and through your investigations because you are a private detective. And
I didn't drive from California to Massachusetts or catch a train from California to Massachusetts and get no information.
What a 20 gives you is that you have a stable life, but you probably have been living out of your car and in like hotels, like an apartment, and you've been sleeping in your car, watching people. Like you're a private detective. You've probably been seeing stuff, you've been hearing stuff, weird things have been going. Do you have? So, one thing that I have missed, John,
Yes.
everyone should have a second language.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a second language?
Latin,
All right, what is it at?
15,
All right, so,
which is pretty crummy for a professor or a doctor.
yes.
Probably just enough to know
So,
medical stuff.
going back over other textbooks, there is a optional rule to help you guys out because you guys have been having a hard time.
Yeah.
You guys should know another language. You could put sanity, insanity, investigators, combat, bonus die, skill roll. You should have a 30 in another language. So if you would like another language, you can put a 30 in that, or you can add 30 to your 15.
I think I'll add the 30 to the 15.
Okay.
As I mean, it makes sense for a doctor to know,
Yeah.
a professor to know, a doctor to know Latin.
But it is a optional rule that should be done because most people at that time would have been linguistically there. And it's something that's like introducing the rules and other stuff like that in here that it kind of says. So is there another language that you would have known?
I'm in California. I have to say probably Spanish, right? I'm conversational in Spanish.
All right.
So I'm going to put that on the blank right above English.
Yes.
Okay.
So you have a 30 in Spanish.
I suppose I should probably ask Kevin Scott what he wants, but
We'll figure it out when he comes here.
I'll just put 30.
30 undefined.
30, 15, 6, right?
7? No,
I was going to say
3.
you could have done that in pencil, so if it ever goes up, it goes.
Oh,
So don't worry.
No, 7.
Right.
Yeah.
So how this goes, which they do, is at the end of every session, if you guys survived, depending on if you do good, if you do bad, you get points. On top of that, any roll that you pass, so like right now, credit rating does not have a pass. That is something that is built in. That is how many people you know, how much money you're getting, how well you're living off. Like, do you have your own car? Are you bumming a car? Are you renting a car, kind of thing?
Yeah.
Right now, at a 20, you probably would not have your own car.
No, I don't even have any driving skills.
So you're probably coming in a taxi. So I'm just trying to go through everything.
Yeah.
So you probably have a taxi. No.
I have no drive auto.
Yeah. So you wouldn't. So you'd be in other people's cars in the train, like. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? He had to bum the camera off of someone.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He had to borrow a car from someone else.
Yep.
But he's connected, but he's connected in the lower groups, and that's what your credit rating is.
Gotcha.
John's credit rating is higher because he's a doctor.
Yeah.
Anything that you pass, you put a check mark next to it. We have all of these markers. So if John wants a marker and you want a marker, you put a little dot there saying that you passed that roll. If you pass that roll, you get to roll, and if you technically fail it, if you roll higher than the number, that means that you've learned something that you didn't know, and you can go up.
Okay.
So the more rolls you make, the better you're at. Right, John?
Right.
Is there anything that we need to go over before we start?
Probably just a recap of what we had been doing before, because it's been a couple of weeks and I'm a little fuzzy on the details of what the professor was telling us.
All right. So So Max's character would not know, which is Dixon Hill. Dixon Hill is the character from Star Trek.
Yeah, he's Captain Picard's private eye holodeck alias.
He's
Oh yeah, Kevin and I are
for
big Trekkies.
for cartoons, other history, weird stuff, happenings and whatnot. I'm good. For anything D&D, sci-fi or whatnot, John
Like
is.
genre TV movies, like Doctor Who, Star Trek, most of those types of shows. That's my wheelhouse.
I am tools, history, obscure stuff. Scotty is weapons, medieval knights, Vikings, and Norse, so all the Celtic stuff.
Okay.
And Kevin's our math person, who at least helps us with all of our numbers because we mess up all the time.
Yep. Well, what's funny is like on here, I notice like some of the numbers. It's like this is actually higher than what it says on this sheet here. Like some of them are like higher by like 1 for like the 5th value and things like that. It's just kind of weird.
Well, that's why we were going off of that.
Yep.
And that's our cheat sheet. I don't know.
But yet these are the official.
Yeah, 25, 12, 5. Like which one?
Well, like what was it? Which one was it? Well, there was one. Yeah, like I was thinking like 30, 15, 7, but it's actually 6. Oh, that's right, because it's 1/5. That's right, it's 1/5 of 30, not half of 15.
Yeah.
So,
But it still should be 30, 15, 6.
Yep.
I don't know.
So I can't remember. Are you in the book?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, as I said, I'm just trying to get that right now before we start going off the thing. We can do that before Kevin gets back.
Yep.
Because as much as I want to cut it down, I don't want to cut that. What you guys had been doing is you guys had come here. Your benefactor had said, "Hey, please come up here. I've been having stuff happen up here. He has something that he wants to show you. He's been dealing with artifacts and different things, which I want you to roll investigation, intimidate history."
Spot hidden? It's like it's
Appraise, archaeology, or spot hidden. Which one?
praise. I have nothing. Archaeology. I have nothing. Spot hidden.
Okay. So roll your spot hidden. We'll see if you had seen things been coming back and forth.
I did not. I saw. I was.
You could try to
snoozing
push this, but then this guy might. So pushing a roll means that you get to re-roll, but whatever you roll it at, that's what you're stuck at. You can't spend any luck. You can't do anything with it. But that means that. So you could push it, and what it meant that is, he had ordered an artifact or something, and you might have gotten the way that almost got him that he couldn't get it.
Oh,
Or you could just say, no, you just don't know anything about it.
I got nothing, Chief.
I know. But pushing it means you get to reroll.
I would.
Okay.
And I really want to because I have a 50 spot hidden.
You could try.
No, I'm feeling no.
Okay.
I don't wanna
So
push my
so you
luck
don't
this
so you tried, you don't check it off, you just didn't pass it.
yet. But if there are other attempts at the spot hidden, I
Yeah.
do get the okay.
You still get it, it doesn't change, nothing happens.
Alright.
The only thing that changes is if you spend any of your luck or anything else like that. Or your sanity goes down. John, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm just getting a soda.
Okay.
I was just also seeing.
I heard the kitty cat.
Yeah.
I saw the kitty cat. The kitty cat started crying because it was right there staring at me.
Yep.
And then kind of went, nah, and ran back that way. So, yeah. So, you had gotten there. He had been sending out letters saying, I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I've heard that you're part of the occult. He sent another letter after you come back from there. He was like, oh, I've heard bad things were happening. He sent a third and fourth letter over to Kevin's character, stating, I have found something. I need your help. I would like you guys to talk to me. I would really like a part of this. And there's an ambulance and whatnot down that way.
Oh, okay. An
There's-
ambulance, like
Ambulance and fire truck right at the intersection.
must have either been.
It wasn't a car crash. We didn't hear a boom.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So-
it's a fairly common occurrence at that intersection. Anyway.
Sorry. For the people who are listening, there was something down there. We don't know what it is, but we're in a big glass door, so we get to see what's happening, but we can't really see what's happening because it's over there. And we're all confused at why is there so many flashing lights.
The power was spot hidden.
Fail.
Well, one time, actually, somebody, a guest next in the triple decker next door,
Mhm.
was walking across the street to that parking lot across the street, which was open at the time,
Mhm.
and there was a hit and run. He got killed,
Oh,
Jeez.
and I had no idea this happened because I was like working in Kevin's office, and so I end up, going out there to try to. Get the trash barrels, and I'm like, and I see, all these cop cars, all these flashing lights, all these people, and I'm like, what the heck happened? And they had police taped, from our building, like across the street. So that was fun.
see? Distraction. We distract ourselves. So, you had finally come out of the hospital.
Yep.
Kevin's character said, hey, this person has sent a couple of different things. I think we should finally check it out. You guys are both good. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
And he had also specifically said he will also talk on behalf of the Miskatonic University because he is a prevalent person who's been donating a lot of money and artifacts and other stuff like that for your psychology stuff. That's how you know about this guy.
Okay.
And you kind of ignored him the first time because, he's a kooky person. What is it?
Eccentric.
Eccentric. He's very eccentric. And very eccentric in the 1920s was, we don't really want to talk to him. He might get us in trouble. But he has said that he will talk on the Miskatonic University to kind of waive everything that's been going on. That you're able to come over to my vacation house,
Yep.
and we'd like you to come. Finally convincing you, hey, come on over. You decide to go up there, and he says, cool. He's all excited. Sets up arrangements, and when you get there, he waves you in. You have the map. You have the map of outside, right? No, that's the map of.
That's the city. The
Yeah.
map of outside.
So-
It's there.
So what it is here's Arkham. He is outside of Boston, about here near, like between Boxford and Trapswold,
Okay.
to the west of Ipswich.
Gotcha.
And if you look, these are uh, Lovecraft's towns and other stuff like that. This is technically some of his maps that he had deranged in his brain with Essex and everything else. So you can actually see where he had thought the different landings were, if you know some of the stories. That's why I handed that to you. That he had. So you have the map for outside, and if you look at the map outside, there is another car outside. He had waved you guys in. He was excited. You guys didn't know what to expect, and he said that there are a couple of rooms. Go choose a room.
Yep.
My room's to the left upstairs. I had a very hard time explaining to Kevin which is right and which is left. That's why you have right front, left front, matching with the other side, and the left rear and the back rear matching with the other side. So you had chosen one room, you had two rooms to decide. You had realized that all the rooms were made up, nice. All the sheets are in a ball on the bottom of the bed. The pillowcase is there. Pillows are set up, but every single room is neat. Nothing there. Kind of looks like he was hoping for company, but all the rooms are guest rooms, and they're all kind of made. You had put down your stuff. You guys took a little bit of time. You arranged yourself. You realized there's a bathroom upstairs. There is also there's not a bathroom downstairs. I don't think. No. No bathroom downstairs.
Yep.
Sign is closed.
Yep.
And you guys get yourself situated around the house. You guys really haven't looked for anything, so I can't really say anything. And then Kevin had spent about a good hour talking about what had happened up in Alaska, what had happened there. And I'm going to say at that point in time, we'll start having Max's character come in. Any other questions? Or because it was just kind of like we took in generalization, you had talked about your other campaigns.
Right, and he
You goober.
They're spicy.
Yeah.
My cat likes spicy.
Yeah, we don't give him spicy.
No. My cat likes spicy meatballs.
Yeah.
So
They already do.
yeah, so all is there, all is well,
All is calm, all is right.
and then the conversation had been done. You guys are good, and then it's about that time that he was supposed to start talking about stuff because you guys had talked about all of your adventures,
Mhm.
and then we'll stop there.